Started recording. I didn't have any sound. Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to Freedom Friday. I hope everybody's doing good out there. I missed Thankful Thursday. Sorry I couldn't make it. I was thankful, but it was Thursday and it was just, it was gone. Didn't have time. But we got a good reading tonight for Freedom Friday, and I hope everybody's staying positive out there. I know there's a lot of craziness going on out there, and they're making this solar eclipse really dramatic. And I don't think it's going to be as dramatic as they're making it out to be, but I would stay home that night, maybe the next couple days, just in case, because they're putting National Guards and stuff out. They're putting hazmat places out. They're doing all kinds of stuff. And I noticed that Tennessee just made it illegal to spray in the skies. We've been being sprayed every day like bugs. Sunny Florida, where we are, is not sunny Florida. It's gray, cloudy Florida, and the sun basically doesn't even shine through the clouds. And every day we have planes just flying like crazy, making X's and crisscrosses and playing tic-tac-toe in our skies. So who knows what's going on there? But anyway, I had some good news, and we are going to be over this. We've just got to hold our own and be positive and stay fearless, because they're going to put fear out, but it's not. And I noticed they're erasing things. So pay really close attention. Start writing things down, because I think one of these days we're going to wake up and they're going to be like erasing things and we won't even notice it. This year we noticed that Easter is the end of the month, 31st. My husband says, I thought Easter was in April. I said, yeah, it always was, because when we lived in PA, he would go trout fishing around the 16th of April, and then he'd come home and have Easter dinner. So it's like it changed. I don't know what's up. They always say it's like a leap year and this and that. I don't think so. I talked to somebody else and they said it was always April. And then Passover is like in April, but Passover is also Earth Day. And I've never seen that before. There's all kinds of new stuff on our calendar that we got. So I don't know. I'd really pay attention to things going on. So anyway, let's get into this reading. Now today, we are also playing a little game. I started a couple weeks ago. When you come in, hit the magic likey button and say manifest something small, something significant, and practice playing with your inner child. And I want everybody to hit the magic likey button, magic manifestation button, because that way I'll see how many people are playing with their inner child, because we can balance our masculine and feminine out. But what about our inner child? That is the manifestation that is going within the heart space. And once you have all three connected, you're balanced. So and even if you don't want to hit the likey button, I don't really care if you don't like me. That's okay, because I might not have the right energy you need. But put it in the comments. We had somebody said they were manifesting their wildest dreams. I think that's beautiful. Obviously, they walked through the dark night of the soul. They've done the work and they're manifesting something magnificent. I am manifesting the healing cures for everything by the end of this year. That is my manifestation. That is all I want. So if everybody could be healed and cured, and we'll have the frequency, light, and vibration and sound healing us, that would be magnificent. I would just love that. It'd be great. So that is what I'm manifesting. So we'll see what comes true. And then when, sorry, we've got a lot of moss going on here. My face is always itching from the moss. When it does manifest, not if, but when it does manifest, come in and tell us. Put it in the comments. I read all the comments. I love the comments. Beautiful people out there. Beautiful soul family. So let's get started on this. And today is 3/22 of 2024. It's a 15, which is a 6. So I'm going to read the meaning of the 6 out of the Soul Helper Oracle. Now, the number 6 reveals that uniting and attracting forces are now flowing into you. Make use of them to bring ideas and dreams to fruition. You will find courage and unusual inner strength. Take a step forward and do not allow anything or anyone to stand in your way. You will be a conduit for the creation of the new things. This number's energy field is all about balance and the merging of opposing energies. It brings love, health, happiness, profit, and fulfillment of dreams. I love that. But I want everybody to be really careful right now. There's a lot of people trying to deter the light workers. If they're not a light worker, they don't believe in us and they try to be mean. So block it. Try to block it. Go away, meditate, whatever. It's their opinion, and their opinion at this point doesn't count. If they're going to be nasty and they're going to be mean and they don't believe what you can do, then that's not part of your world. You have to block it. We have to put a protection bubble right now around us because dark forces are everywhere. Family, friends, whatever they are, they're everywhere. And if they're coming at you and telling you that you don't do good and you're worthless and la la la, be careful. Let it ricochet back on them. It's their karma, not yours. So now let's get into the oracle. Okay, now we've got the dreams of oracle that I start out with and I clarify them with the oceanic tarot. And I thought we'd have cards and coffee, but tonight I don't have coffee. I have some punch because it's so hot. I have lots of ice. I couldn't do coffee tonight. So if you can do coffee where you are, great. If not, maybe iced tea or soda or water or whatever you got. Okay. We got the wisdom and we got it reversed. Number 10. And that would be we all have a side to our nature that is not pretty or kind, depending on one's perspective and point of view. We are all guilty of judging others, of being critical, of being selfish, and putting your own needs before the needs of others. We all possess the ability to be unkind, intolerant, and closed-minded. We have all had moments when we have been both dogmatic and bombastic. The wisdom card in reverse asks you to accept these moments and understand their necessity, or the loving necessity of the shadowy aspect of your nature. Otherwise, you will only see part of the lesson being offered. You will see minor details instead of the whole. And the whole truth is that if you stand in the light, you will cast a shadow. Without this recognition, you will find the journey towards wisdom a long and arduous one. Therefore, look to this reversal as presenting you with the opportunity to look within and question what you fear, hate, and condemn in others, and deny or condemn within yourself. The dark aspects of your nature can often be your greatest teachers. And while the truths reveal many sometimes be harsh and uncomfortable, they bring with them the power to heal and empower. Use the time to get to know those aspects of your nature that you may pretend not to have noticed and see them in the light. Know them, learn from them, see them change and become beautiful as your perspective shifts. They are all a part of the divine and human being that is you. That's a great way to look at the wisdom card, because if it wouldn't have been in reversed, the wisdom card is the wise one. You're here to become wise, knowledgeable. Knowledge does not make you wise. The wisdom is learning from one's mistakes. Applied knowledge, logic, and common sense. Learn from more than just books. Seek out your elders. Time to break a cycle. Wisdom is understanding. Wisdom is loving the whole. Know and love your shadow. You have unlimited potential. The road ahead leads to many destinations. When I walk through the dark night of the soul, the shadow part is the hardest thing. That's having to look at yourself and having to look at your faults. It's really easy to point out everybody else's, and it's really easy to help someone else fix their problem. But when it comes to fixing your own problem, it's harder to see what is the shadows that are not in the light, the secrets that go way deep that we don't want to let out. Those are great teachers also. Those are learning experiences. Now, with the wisdom, we got the high priestess, number 2. And this is intuition. The high priestess is the wise woman of the ocean. Her oracle is the infinity symbol, which reveals to her the secrets of the never-ending flow of energy. In her left hand is the scroll of wisdom, showing her knowledge of this world and beyond, also symbolizes by the 2 pillars, a magical portal. Over her third eye is a pendant pearl for insight to wisdom. The high priestess indicates that it's time for learning, so she can represent a teacher or spiritual guide. If you are reading for another person, it can show that they are ready to open up spiritually or to find an educational course. An additional meaning is needing to spend some time alone and to connect with your inner self. There may be a secret around you or a new situation that is yet to unfold. Someone may take you into their confidence. Keep your thoughts and feelings to yourself just now and respect others' secrets as well as your own. Take time to concentrate on your spiritual interests and listen to your intuition. The right teacher will appear when you are ready for the lesson. Wisdom, secret, discretion, teaching, spiritual work, visions, and dreams. I just started thinking about that as I was reading that card. And then we've got the wisdom, the actual masculine wisdom reversed, giving us kind of a warning to look at the shadow side. And then the feminine intuition wisdom, kind of wisdom, oceanic. And she was saying basically the same thing, but learn from your mistakes. We have to learn from our mistakes. Our mistakes were a learning tool. They were teaching us something. We've had Earth School. We've had some mystery school, which is biblical. We have had some Bible, okay? And we do know that man has rewrote it. But when you're reading it, there's a lot of good work in there. There's a lot of good work in anything like Nikola Tesla, reading about that, like the spiritual world and what you want to get into and what you're interested in, because we can all combine everything. If you're of the good, then just go with the good in the books, but keep the bad as a learning tool, because we all have to go through it. We have to balance out. Think about it. My life will be going great for a while. I mean, I'll feel like everything, and I just love my life. And then all of a sudden you'll have those, like the hurricane come through. And at that point, you don't really love your life. You're just like, what am I going to do now? You're at like that gut punch feeling. But then you realize you get your grips, you use your common sense, your intuition, and you flourish from it. You learn about things from it. And yes, it was a very big learning experience, but we learned a lot about it. We have never been, I've lived in Florida. My husband's never lived in Florida. He's never been in a hurricane. Well, yeah, we were in a hurricane fixing my mom's roof years ago. It wasn't like this, though. It was in a house. And I'd been in little bit. We always left. We went to Alabama with my cousins during hurricanes because we lived on the island. But they were bad. I mean, there was a lot of cleanup when you came back. People lost their homes. They got, it's just horrible. But you have to figure out, it brought that, but how do you rise above it? How do you climb up the ladder and rise above it? Does it cripple you? Or do you say, I'm going to use common sense and I'm going to rise above this? So yeah, that was a great message right there for me also, because sometimes I need that kind of message. Now, we've been getting this a lot because we have a lot of trickster energy floating around the universe right now. And we got the trickster, but we got him reversed, which I don't think we've ever got him reversed. We've always got him like that. And if you look at the trickster card, he's got the long black fingernails. He's got the little Joker. He's like the Joker. And he's got the cards, and he's got the girl in the shadows over there. Like, I don't want anything to do with that. Or he's already taken advantage of her. One or the other, but we're going to read it the reverse meaning of it. There is a wee devil within all of us who whispers that we are acting for the greater good or not at fault. Where others are concerned, does that voice encourage you to laugh aside the fears and concerns of loved ones, or to respond with defensive anger? It is time to let your conscience guide you instead of your selfish desire. Remember, your actions and choices have the power to do lasting hurt to others. Are you choosing to be blind or to turn your back on those who love you in order to cater to your own self interest and bad habits or addictions? Are you gambling with someone else's future happiness as well as your own? It is easy to say that those you hurt are responsible for what they choose to feel and how they react. But embrace this belief, even if it is true, still show a marked lack of empathy and understanding. Your words and deeds have influences and consequences. Do not deceive yourself into believing that you are above reproach or accountability. When the reverse five of earth appears, you are being cautioned against arrogance and pride. Understanding and consideration for others is needed at this time. Yeah, I've seen a lot of really arrogant and prideful people in my life, and it's not there's nothing good looking about that type of person, male or female. It is like, wow, okay, what happened to you? Number 13, we got the death card with that. Uh, the reverse, we bit a devil in us. So this is telling us we need to transform. This is transformation. This is the death of the old trickster and the selfish guy or girl and the me person. And it's the transformation. This scene may look dismal at first glance, a shipwreck complete with predator sharks, which symbolize there's no going back to our ship or our old ways of living. The sinking of the ship in a tempest shows the power of the elements over our human lives. The wreck that holds treasures, a treasury of knowledge, and the little fish swimming in the foreground show that life goes on. Endings bring new beginnings and insight. Death does not reveal physical death. It expresses a great change in your life, a transformation that is essential if you're to begin a new phase. Whatever you no longer need is taken from you. Death is necessary for something new to be born. This may be unsatisfying work, a stuck relationship, or anything that constitute old ways of being, including habits that no longer serve you. For the reason death clears away confusion and brings a situation to a natural conclusion. From this point onward, new people, ideas, and opportunities enter your life. A new era beckons. Allow that what will be, rather than resisting the change that needs to happen, embrace it. Rebirth, endings, change, beginnings, release, relief, conclusions. That was really interesting because I have this feeling that it's been channeling through me. When this transformation happens, when the shift completely happens, I mean, we've been in the shift, but when it completely happens, I think we're not going to remember the most trauma. We're going to remember a lesson because our common sense is going to kind of kick in. But I think we are not going to remember the traumatic experiences after we heal. We will learn a lesson from it and we will know better. But I don't think we are going to be still traumatized. Either that or we're just going to release it. I don't know yet. I don't know what is going to go on. We're all intertwined in the what if, but I'm just going to go with the flow right now and roll the dice. And I'm not going to be scared of anything because I just think it's a waste of time to be in fear. Nothing like that is going to happen. Now we got okay, we got the fire. We got the Six of Fire, and this was not reversed. And this is a healing, meditation, negotiation, arbitration, truce, boundaries, support, and diplomacy. Resolution is needed, communication and diplomacy required. Be willing to make concessions, let go of bias, be open-minded, two sides to every disagreement, know the facts, understand your rights, and don't be stubborn. That was just kind of saying that. You have the trickster over here with the girl in the background reversed, saying we have a wee bit of devil in us. And then he gets the transformation card. And then you get this, which is the diplomacy, healing, meditation, negotiation. So yeah, be willing. We cannot be stubborn. Stubbornness is not good sometimes. If you feel that you're in the right, please research everything. I think they're changing everything and we just don't realize it. So research everything, even though you think you're right about everything, you might be wrong about everything. We don't know. I could be wrong about everything. Who knows? My channeled messages, though, I don't think I'm wrong. Too much stuff has come true that I channeled. So, and I think others are feeling the same way. There was too much things that they seen in dreams or visions or felt, or there was too much that just makes it coincidence. There is no coincidence. The Six of Fire represents a time of healing through meditation, negotiation, or arbitration. It's a time when communication and diplomacy is required in order to end a conflict or dispute. There are times in our lives when we may find ourselves caught up in a dispute or conflict. After the boundaries have been crossed, or our feelings hurt, or ego bruised, if lines of communication remain open and both parties are willing, the conflict can be resolved. However, there are often times when both parties find themselves unable to find or maintain the middle ground. Both parties find themselves, and they must continue to work or play a part in each other's lives. A mediator is required to negotiate or arbitrate a truce. There are two sides to every disagreement. And there are times when both parties involved can be right and times when both parties can be wrong. For there to be a good outcome, both parties must first be willing to at least hear each other's point of view. And there are times when that will only happen if a mediator steps in to hear both sides without bias. Sometimes meditation is all that is required, and the simple act of allowing both parties to air their grievances and present their point of view, allowing them to come to a resolution on their own. There are also times when arbitration will be required because neither party is willing to make concession or allowance for the feeling or rights of others. It is left to the arbiter to determine who is right based upon the laws of the land. Even if a complete resolution cannot be achieved, the Six of Fire always asks that we remain calm at this time. An open mind and a willingness to meet the other party halfway will stand use in good stead. The Six of Fire may also represent a pending legal situation where rules or laws have been broken. As a result, harm has been done to another. The law will determine who is right and who is wrong. Justice will be served. In this circumstance, be sure to keep your emotions under control and have your facts straight. Remain respectful of the law that are in place and be both courteous and considerate at all times. Your behavior, your attitude at this time may have bearing on the outcome, as will a sound knowledge of your rights and responsibilities. Do not allow a lack of awareness or immoderate behavior place you in at a disadvantage. Yeah, because the next card we got is really interesting, and I'm not pulling it yet, but remember that card and what it said, because the card that we got with that is the Magician manifestation. The oceanic magician is the commander of the deep. Calls forward the dolphin, seahorse, shark, and sea turtle. These are the four creatures of the minor arcana. On his table are the four traditional suits, emblems, the cups, wands, swords, and pentacles. His left palm is open, showing he is a manifester or alchemist, one who weaves magic with the energies of spirit, the earth, and ocean. The magician looks directly into your eyes and asks, what can you make happen? All the conditions for your future success are perfect. So now is the right time to take action. You have the resources and talents to attract whatever you want, from a new relationship to a business enterprise, project, or trip. Above all, the magician sees you in the creative flow of life, full of energy and purpose. Communication speeds up when the magician appears, so you may find your talking and texting more than usual, and at work presenting your ideas. You'll also find that others support your effort. The time is now. Take action and you'll find success. Yeah, that was a good clarifier for that. But what I'm interested in is this one, because we got emotions. We got the 19 of emotions, which is a 10, which is a 1, and it's reversed. So when the emotion card appears reversed, it symbolizes the need to address the common symptoms of emotional repression in your life. Repressed emotions can have real and lasting impacts on the body, mind, and spirit. They can not only reduce the quality of your life and your relationship with others, but potentially even shorten your life. One of the most common signs of emotional repression is revealed in how you respond to the question, how are you today? Because we now esteem political correctness more than emotional honesty. Most of us will simply Most of us will smile and respond, I am good, and you, even if we are emotionally broken and crying on the inside. Emotional outbursts and emotional honesty are frowned upon. Emotional honesty and sensitivity are seen as weaknesses, while emotional outbursts are a symptom of losing control. But controlling our emotions is not healthy either. We experience our feelings for good reason. And when we repress our emotions in order to control what we feel, we are choosing to disconnect from ourselves. As a result, we may embrace behaviors and can have serious consequences to our minds, our spirit, and our body. Unfortunately, our feelings do not change or go away just because we want them to. While we can pretend not to feel, denying an emotion does not mean we are not feeling it. It simply means that we are ignoring it, which can be detrimental. There may be times when emotions need to be put aside, but they should never be ignored or invalidated. Overeating, drug and alcohol addiction, pretending or denying that an experience occurred, any type of compulsive behavior, including compulsive exercising, eating disorders, cutting, hiding in the fictional realities of computer games or books or television shows, working to avoid deep and meaningful conversations, and hiding behind a mask of peace, love, and light. All of these things are behaviors we may use to hide from our emotions. We can use these behaviors to hide from our emotions, but we cannot deny these emotions or control them. What we are feeling will find a way to be expressed. And if it does not do so through direction communication, it may manifest in our bodies and in our behavior. Several signs that you may be repressing emotions include overreacting to minor issues, making external events an issue more important than personal subjects, intellectualizing and scoring emotions, brushing aside obvious disrespect and discourtesy, and saying that it does not matter when it should and does, delaying emotional response, depression, anxiety, and stress. Physical signs include tension, especially in the jaw and mouth, and in the stomach, throat, and shoulders. If this emotion card appears reversed in your reading, it asks you for a little emotional honesty. Look within and determine if you are allowing yourself to feel, or if you are trying to control or deny your feelings. If it is the latter, now is the time to choose the healthy path of acknowledging, accepting, and allowing your feelings to flow. I'm guilty. With that one, that was a good message for me. I hide my emotions very well. As you have seen, I will start crying and I will put you on pause and I will be done with it and I will come back. I'm not somebody that shows their emotions very well. I used to, but after getting hurt and hurt and hurt and hurt, and hurt and learning and, and going up levels and levels and levels and going through the dark side. I don't show emotion as much. You change a lot. So that was a really good card, I think, for a lot of us. And the one we got with that one was the Ten of Swords. And that was endings. The 10 is the final number card of the swords and the summing up, an ending usually involving some degree of drama. This can come as a shock or as a relief as you see the situation or the relationship for what it is or was. It cannot develop and grow. However, unwanted, this card may be when it arrives in a reading. It does tell the truth and helps you to see what needs to be released. Walk away and let go. Focus on the present rather than dwell on the past. Completion, release, drama, transformation, victimhood, truth, and shock. I'm never really victimhood because I don't show my feelings, so nobody would really know. Just me in the shower. Okay, now we've got the practical magic, and we got a 31, which is a 4, and I love this card. This is seek balance. Overwhelm. Yeah, I've felt overwhelmed lately. I really have. I don't know why. I guess I haven't been meditating as much, but I have felt really overwhelmed. But I think it's the energy. So if you feel really overwhelmed, I get it. I've been feeling it. We've got to try to stay balanced though. And that's what these messages are telling us basically. We have to go within, we have to work on self, we have to balance out, we have to keep a grip, we have to protect ourselves. Right now, there's things we just don't understand in the world. We're trying to figure it out, but who knows? We could all be wrong and it could go a different way. So right now we have to really be balanced. Overwhelmed and juggling too many things right now, clarifying and prioritizing to bring peace and harmony to your life. In a world of stress and confusion, of constantly juggling commitments, workloads, and self-imposed pressures, balance can seem always just out of reach. You'll work on what you need to do just as soon as you finish this project. Make that deadline, catch up on an outside commitment, hear back from that person, but you can't keep waiting for the perfect time because it will never come. You need to take steps to deal with the overwhelm or you'll drown in all the busyness. When this card appears, it's a sign of just how overwhelmed you are. There is a disparity in your current situation. It could be an external imbalance, such as a power struggle or an impossible work expectation, or it might be an internal imbalance, like a lack of energy, a health problem, or overcommitment issues. Whatever it is, it's time to take action. One of the key lessons is that no is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain why you can't do something, come up with an excuse, elaborate an excuse, or justify your decision. Nor should you feel guilty for honoring yourself and your time and energy. There aren't enough hours in the day to do everything you have to do, let alone want to do. So you need to figure out what is most important and focus on that before anything else. Remember that you're a grown-up. You have unlimited power over what you do and don't do and how you allocate your time. It can help to discover what works best for you. If you're able to switch between projects throughout the day, brilliant. If you need to section off separate days for separate projects and not let them bleed into each other, that's fine too. Can you easily delegate tasks, or is this your major struggle? Are you most productive in the morning? And if so, uh, should do the most pressing things then? Or does it suit you better to tick off the lower priority tasks first, then dive into the most important stuff when you already feel a sense of accomplishment? Or are you the more creative at night and need to factor that into your schedule? That is the biggest problem with me and my husband. I am a night person. He is a morning person. He feels that everybody should be on a 9 to 5 schedule. And he don't like the idea that I sleep. Well, I'm a dreamer and I do a lot of my journeying at night. So he gets over it, but he wants to put it down everybody's throat that they should get up and be a morning person because that is what he is. And I try to tell him everybody is different. We are not you. Be me and be a nighttime person. So now guess what? He's starting to be a nighttime person. So it switches. And now it's okay, I guess. Let's see. It can help to discover what works best for you. If you're able to switch between projects throughout the day, brilliant. How much of your overwhelm is because you're too shy or too people pleasing to turn down requests for your time, or that you feel obligated to help others at the expense of your own needs? You can't help others from an empty well, and people will respect you more if you set limits and respect your own boundaries. Remind yourself you can only do what you can do. If a task is not achievable or a time frame is not too short, say no. Renegotiate the deadline, explain what you can do in the time available and possible options for other ways to meet it that won't lead to unbearable stress on you. Often the other person is unaware of how unreasonable their request is and would welcome a decision and solution to the problem. Be gentle on yourself. Don't beat yourself up over perceived inadequacy. Everyone is doing their best. Forgive yourself for apparent failures and allow the same for others. Give yourself space. If you need to withdraw from the world for a while, do that. If you don't have the energy to socialize or take on new projects, politely decline. Being able to say no and set healthy boundaries has never been more important. Don't worry about the small things or blow up minor incidents into huge and unnecessary dramas. It's easy to overreact. Oh, wow. I don't drink, not at all. Can't talk. Maybe I need a sip of my punch. Yeah, that's what I need. Okay. Well, let me find my spot. Okay. It's easy to overreact and let minor things consume your energy and precious time, or to procrastinate over unimportant tasks as you seek a dopamine hit to soothe your stress. Focus and reclarify. Get clear on your goal and remove extenuous duties. There are more distractions these days, and people are more easily distracted. A terrible combination. This lack of attention on the present moment and the task at hand can affect your well-being, lead to frustration, and pull you away from what you are trying to achieve. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? If not, it doesn't matter now. Ask, is this getting me closer to my dream or dragging me further from the finish line? If it's the latter, pivot and refocus. These are extraordinary, strange, and overwhelming times. You need to figure out what you can control and let go of the rest for your own peace of mind. That is easier said than done. That was a great card. I really like that card. That's always a good meaning for me. And we have to listen to the whispers of our soul that it says on the back of this. Now we're going to go to the Soul Helper Oracle. We have one card, and it's an 18, which is a 9. It's lost in the ruins of the past. Find the way to the present moment and live. You are a traveler on the path of your soul. You will need all your courage as you are following the light of your heart into an uncertain future. However, you have now drawn this card, and it is a very important sign. You have become lost in the ruins of the past, in ruins that are the remnants of an unpleasant or difficult time. You have looked back too often instead of looking forward, at times trapped in places in the past that should have long since ceased to exert power over your life. Even if you could go back, you would find yourself alone and deserted. You would not meet anyone there. So what is it that you seek in these silent ruins that can offer you only loneliness and bitterness? They symbolize all you missed, all your missed opportunities, but you cannot restore them now. They are what they are. If you linger there, you will begin to see your life as meaningless and sad, when it is really a wonderful and magical adventure. Feel the light of your heart and hear the sound of your soul. Continue on your path to discover endless possibilities, new adventures, new encounters, and even a new love. If you live tedious in the light of, if you live in the light portal of the present, your eyes firmly fixed on the future, you will be on the path of your soul. Leave the past behind and find your way back to the present. It is now important to forgive yourself and continue your journey, your gaze fixed firmly ahead. Your helpers for the next 21 days, the power animal is the mouse, the herbal essence oil is the lemon, the healing crystal is the black opal, and the number is 9. And we're going to read a 9. But I want you to look at this card for a moment. Now, there is a movie out, and it's actually free on, I just seen it free on YouTube. It's from Robin Williams. Robin Williams played in it. It's called Where Dreams May Come. And I'm not even going to say about the movie. That is a really good movie, and it reminds me of this card and what this card says, because if you look at it, it's dark and eerie. And there's one person there just walking the halls because nobody's there anymore. So I advise you to watch that Robin Williams movie. It was really good, but it'll give you another sign and tell you some more about what we're going into. That is a great movie to watch. It'll explain a lot. Now, it'll explain a whole lot. I never really thought of that. I keep mentioning it to everybody, and maybe I'm mentioning it because everybody needs to watch it. And I'm pretty sure it's in dreams. In Dreams May Come, and it's Robin Williams stars in it. Now, we got the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. And we got a lot of good cards. The first one we got is the Eagle, and it's see from a higher perspective, and we really need to do that. Sometimes our perspective is really cloudy when we're just looking at it and like reacting real quick. And when we fly like an eagle up there and use a different perception or back up and look at it a different way, we might see a different, completely different story. Look at things from a different angle, fly higher, see new possibilities. In animal medicine, both Native American and Celtic, the eagle draws its power and strength from the sun. It is a powerful, strong, and courageous. Talking too much. Strong and courageous guide, which is able to see for miles. It approaches all things with intelligence, grace, and poise, and has the capacity to make a plan from a higher space before putting it into action. When the Eagle card appears in a reading, it shows that you have a real ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of your ego and your selfish desire. Be careful with the ego and the selfishness right now. We need to change that. We need to transform that. We need to really look at what we're doing. Ego medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views or visions may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation needs or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you are being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you are feeling the need for something to change, How can you take the higher road? Know that if you have interactions that aren't for the highest good, it will only hold you back. Ego medicine can help you change this. The ego brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love. I love that card, and I think we should do. We have to think about people. You know, everybody's perception is different. What someone might think that they're not doing anything wrong. We might, we might think they're doing everything wrong. I mean, everybody has different perceptions on things. Now we have the High Priestess. Harness your mystic power. This is a beautiful Egyptian princess, or priestess, excuse me. Aligning with the light and focus on all things positive, the high priestess is the physical embodiment of the divine feminine, the teacher in human form. She has had many names through time and space, but her essence has remained similar, fierce, powerful, and disciplined. In many traditions, particularly pre-Christian, the high priestess was in charge of spiritual and religious orders and was the voice of authority and guidance from the teachers. The high priestess in this deck is the consort and partner of the high priest. If you look at them together, you will see they mirror each other's energy. Inspired by the Egyptian teacher Isis, she holds a sistrum, a musical instrument in her left hand, and an anka, the Egyptian symbol of eternal life, in her right hand. She is joined by a black cat representing the Egyptian teacher Bast, who protects her from lower energies, and she stands strong in her glory and power. You are a mystic with the capacity to connect with energies that go beyond the human sense. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There is an opportunity for you to rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You are being guided to look at what you are working on or at the situation before you and determine where your priorities lie. If you are unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal and the happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it's also important for you to check in with your intuition, as it will give you guidance that will be important for your growth. You know, I don't think I read the 9 when I read the other one, the Soul Helper Oracle. So let me read it, and maybe I'm rereading it, but I'm going to read it just in case I didn't say it because I don't remember saying it. That was on the this one. The number 9 has a meaning, and I don't think I started talking and I forgot about it. Thing. Number 9 reveals that you have something new to learn. Be open, receptive, and curious enough to seek it out. You will then find wisdom and unconditional, deep, healing love. Number 9 will help you reach a point of completion so that you can turn your attention to the mysteries of the unknown. And the new, its energy field always remains true to itself. 9 plus 9 equals 18, whose digits add up to 9. 9 times 9 equals 81, whose digits add up to 9. Multiply any number by 9, then add the 2 digits of the resulting number together, and they will always add up to 9. It is almost as if it absorbs every other number through its calculations. Number 9 teaches you how to do this, to accept the powers offered to you in order to achieve perfection. This number is fulfillment and completion, but also a beginning and an end. Yeah, I don't think I read it, but if I did, we got it again. Maybe we needed it again. Maybe somebody missed it. I don't know. I like to try to give the complete reading, even though sometimes I get off the thing and I'm kind of in the airhead. Daisy, my husband calls me Daisy. I have this habit of just dazing out the window. I'm in like a trance, like a meditation, and I'm usually channeling, so he does not interrupt me. We got the seer, see beyond the current situation. Look beyond your current situation, raise your vibration, and focus on love. Everything has been about focusing on love. Right now, it's very important, my soul family, to focus your heart on love. Most, if not all, traditions have a seer in some shape or form. Seers are the intelligent and intuitive beings who serve as a direct channel for information on what's occurring now and what's about to unfold. Their energy isn't about predicting your future for you, but about showing you how your intentions are creating it. A true seer will help you see that your intentions can change. Therefore, so can your future. The message of this card is to let the clairvoyant within you rise up so that you can see the way forward yourself with your spiritual eyes. Clairvoyance isn't just about predicting the future. It's about being able to see clearly enough to create your best future. You are being encouraged by your ancestral guides and angels to see beyond what you think is happening now. Don't allow your ego or your doubts to play games with you. Instead of seeing yourself as stuck or lost, know you're in an energetic holding space while the universe recalibrates a path that is more favorable for you. Angels of light are upgrading your energy so that your experiences can be more enjoyable. You are moving towards something extremely uplifting and enlightening. So stay calm and keep your eyes on the prize. I want to tell you guys somebody to watch. And, I've watched her. I keep an eye on everything, whether they're prophecies, some religious people, tarot readers. When I get the vibe off their energy and I need to watch them, there's a reason I need to watch them. And I used to watch, and I still do. I like her. I watch a lot of Melissa Redpill, and it's called Freedom. It's on Rumble. Freedom Force. I think it's Freedom Force, but she's Melissa Redpill. She's Melissa RedpillTheWorld. And she is really good. And if I could minimize this, you know what I'll do? I will put it in the, I'll put it in my listing. Okay. I will write her name out. I won't put the link in, but I will write her name out and I will put it on, I will say it's on Rumble. And you guys can put it into Rumble and find her. I would watch the one that I watched the other night when she's talking about the solar flare or the solar eclipse. That is very interesting because she studied Revelations, the Bible, backward and forward. And what me and my husband are picking up is they're using that as the playbook, some of it. And so I've been keeping an eye on that. And she said that Revelations is not the end of our world, it's the end of their world, the cabal, the baddie, the bad guys. She's very interesting to watch. But the other day I watched it and she showed this planets, how they're aligning with this. And it's really interesting. And she tells you what to get on, and I can't remember what it is. But I always go on her because she's got so much information out there. She's a truther. And she has the solar system the way it is, but she also showed if you go on the usdebtclock.org, and that's their debt. That's the bankrupt corporation of the United States. They bankrupt in 2020. We're going into the republic. We have not been a republic of the United States since 1771 when they took us over in 18 something. She explains it. So go in there and she will talk about the debt clock. And there's this secret window that opens up and she opens it and it shows the United States flag over the United States. Okay. And then it shows the X of the solar eclipses. And the one that happened in 2017, she shows, and the one that's happening now. The one in 2017 went all through Salem's, every state that had a Salem in it. And the one that's going through now is going through every state with a Nineveh in it. And Nineveh was the story of Jonah. See, I think a lot of the Bible stories are metaphors or like somebody's diary. I don't think he got swallowed in the, the belly. I think it was he felt swallowed in the belly, but it's really interesting how she describes it when it says um the new kingdom. And it's just very interesting. She really lays it out really good. So I will put her information in the show more section of this video. I want you to go watch her one on the solar eclipse because it's a very interesting. And she's got another one on the solar eclipse because the Bible says look to the stars. So there's a reason why we're supposed to look to the stars. Me and my husband were over some friend's house, and I don't ever watch TV. I'm watching it right now because I started watching Survivor when it very first started, and I haven't quit watching it since. It's my main show I like. Um, but we were sitting over at a friend's house tonight and watching the show, and I'm looking at this guy, and I said to my husband, "You notice anything about that guy?" He was like a news anchor or something for locals or something. He was something. Oh no, he was some entertainment thing. And he did not look real. He really looked like a robot. And I said to my husband, they didn't think anything of it because they don't care and they don't know. My husband is looking at it and he goes, something's distorted about his mouth. I said, look at his eyes. They're moving like a robot. They were real round, like his eyeballs, and they were moving like a robot. I have been noticing everything because I think a lot of these people are fake. I think they're holograms. That way they don't have to pay anybody for this stuff. And I just think we're in clone hologram double world right now. A lot of those people are not true. Why do they put "Are you a robot" on the internet? I wonder. I heard that there's only 35% of us on the internet, and the rest is bots. And I also learned something too. If you get on Google and you put something in, it'll say like 600 and something million. But if you keep scrolling to the end page and end page, about maybe 10 pages in, it goes back to the same thing and it says like 600 things left. It's just repeating itself. The internet, it isn't as big as we think it is. And I've noticed that on YouTube too. You go down and it's still the same thing over and over again, same videos. Messenger Oracle is the next one we're doing. I wonder how many things are done by fake people out there, like robotic, like CGI. I like this card. We get this card, Know You Belong, and it's a beautiful white cat with wings. It's just so cool. It's like a big fur baby. I want one. You have a place, you have a purpose, you are special. Do not change who you are just so others might accept you. Do not dishonor your truths by allowing someone else to tell you who you must be. Change made just so you fit in and expectations or social criteria of a clique or group does not honor you. You do not need to change in order to belong. You are a blessed child of Gaia and Great Spirit and belong simply because you are you. That's one of my favorite cards. I just love that because it's just a beautiful little fur baby and he's just him. I want one. Okay, now, we really got some interesting cards. We keep getting this one, and I want you to really think about this when I pull this out, because we get this a lot. Change is unavoidable. Yes, we are going to go through a change like never before. We are going to see things like we have seen never before. And this world is being reconstructed, and we're not seeing it, but I'm starting to see things. I am really starting to see things. Change is unavoidable. Every second of every day, you undergo change. Your perception is altered by what you see, feel, and experience from one moment to the next. Your body ages and moves closer to death with every breath. Autumn will always come to the end, and the bounty of summer and the new hope of spring will always follow the winter. Change is all around you. Do not let your fear bind you to the past and prevent you from enjoying your present and future. Stop fighting. You cannot resist the inevitable, so choose instead to embrace it with acceptance and peace. And if you look at this card, this snake around him, this is all earth, okay? The snake around him is shedding its skin. It's shedding the old. So that's what we have to do. The darkness over here shows the skull and the butterfly and the moon and the dead leaves on the tree. Okay. So this is like fall and this is like spring. And this is the egg hatching with the light, the snake coming out, and the sun and the dragonfly and the greenness of the tree. So it is this, he's telling you that it's inevitable. The tree dies in the winter and then it regrows in the summer. It's produces. So that's what we have to kind of do. We have to kind of go through those changes. And we got this again. The source of all. The one I said I loved, we got the next day and we got it again. Your mind is the source of all thought, magic, inspiration, and creativity. Take a moment to dwell within the divine realms of your imagination. Visualize and create endless possibilities and opportunities. Now is the time to nurture the visions within and make them manifest. Make them manifest. We need to practice manifesting. We've never tried really to do it. Some people have tried and say they failed and they just walk away and say, hey, it don't work. It's just boo-boo. It does work. We have to learn how to do it. We have to take our mind out of the 3D realm and put it into a 5D realm. And we can. That's a beautiful card. Because we got another one, seek your destiny. And see, the cat is going into the unknown, but he's showing you it's okay. He's like, look, I'm halfway in, halfway out, still alive. You have purpose and reason for being. You could have one or even several destinies. Are you afraid to believe in destiny because others may laugh? Don't be. It could be as simple as taking a moment to look within and discover those things that you love most passionately and to bring them out into the light. But you will never know if you are afraid to step through the doorway and see what's on the other side. Trust that everything you hope and dream of will be there waiting for you. That's another beautiful card. I want everybody to think of, I'm going to bring this up because I want, so far these cards that we had, somebody is not feeling like they're necessary. And I felt that way too. I felt that way yesterday and today. I felt that, maybe people don't need me on YouTube. Maybe I'm not getting to enough people. Maybe I should just quit. I really did. I said to my husband, I'm not a quitter, but maybe I'm just not getting to enough people. Maybe I'm just not making a difference. People are liking and they're manifesting and they're trying. And I see people out there and I see lots of people looking at it. But then I still feel that is this the right move I need? And I got a beautiful email the other day. Or not, I did get an email too, but I got a beautiful, and and by the way, I don't check my email every day. So if you email me and I don't respond for 3 days, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's because I don't check my email every day. I try to check it every couple days, but I'm bad at checking email. I usually have to delete thousands of things. But anyway, I said in my meditation that if this is not what people need, let me know and I'll just stop. But then I got a message from someone that seen my message that they needed at the time. And it touched my heart. I was filled with gratitude and I had to take a moment. I was very thankful. But I did feel that way. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm going through my own, I go through it too. We're all going through our own things. Yes, I walk through the dark night of the soul, but like I said to everybody, we will have a dark night of the soul for the rest of our lives. There's always going to be something that creeps into our field that is not that good, and we have to deal with it. And lately, I miss my mother and my father. They both have dementia. And, sometimes I just miss my family, all the brothers, and it's just hard sometimes. So, anyway, let's get it out of there. Just talking about it. Okay, we got the Divine Master. See, I can really pull myself out of it pretty quick if I keep talking about it. Yeah. Hanuman, devoted warrior, let God's love hold you in strength. This kind of reminds me of um, kind of the Wizard of Oz monkeys in a way, but those were bad guys. But they really weren't bad guys. They actually were taken over by the witch. They were slaves, and I think they were indigenous people. So I don't know what they were, but I don't think they were bad all their life. I think they were tricked with the trickster. Hanuman is the Hindu warrior, teacher, divine companion, and protector of the teacher Rama, the son of the winged teacher. Vahu, he is loved by many, not only because of his monkey form, but also because his sheer dedication to Rama is inspirational to all spiritual devotees. Hanuma is one of the main characters in the Hindu epic, the Ramayana. The story goes that after a great war, there was a process, and Rama and his wife, Sita, honored those who had fought for them. When it came to Hanuma, Sita took her favorite pearls off and placed them around his neck. Like a cheeky monkey, Hanuma began to bite them open like nuts and look inside each one. Startled, Rama wondered why he would do such a thing. Hanuma said, I am looking for you, my lord. I love you and Sita so much. You are all I could ever want. If I were to rip open my heart and show it to you, there you would be. Thereupon he began to rip his chest open, and there, sitting where his heart would be, was an image of Rama and Sita. This is why Hanuma is the teacher of devotion. When you devote yourself to a vision with an unwavering faith, you welcome in the support of the universe. Today, the devoted heart of Hanuma is guiding you to reflect on your strengths and talents. I needed this. And it's funny, I just said what I said to you guys. I needed this. I think all of us need this, really, because it is a collective reading. You are someone who gives with all your heart, but may find it hard to receive in return. In fact, you give without looking for anything in return. But the universe wants you to make more time, energy, and space to be supported too. Because when you open up to the possibilities of being supported and nourished, you allow yourself to be replenished, and thus you have more to give. You are being honored today for your commitment to what is important to you. The universe sees you as a vital to healing and expansion. But in order to keep going with your mission, let your heart be served in return. A true warrior's shield is the love of God. And I'm not going to cry. I want to. My heart is like, I needed that. And it was funny that I just said to you guys that I didn't know if my channel was important enough. Yeah, I have 500 and something subscribers. Sure. I subscribe to things and I may never go back there. Who knows? But I usually do. But that was beautiful. And I do go to God. God is my source of all. So is Mother, and so is the Son. So, I grew up believing in the Bible, and I have a religious friend. Sometimes she's surprised at how much I know. I actually took a Bible class and had to memorize verses and stuff. It's hard to understand the Bible, and they've changed it so many times. I have questions about some of it, but there is one thing I don't have questions about, and that is my Creator and my Mother and the Son. So I don't question that, and I don't have that problem. Um, we had a special surprise tonight that come out last night, excuse me, but it's today. I get them confused because I do my midnight meditation. The gateway of light activation. We got the halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, and great lessons. Today was my great lesson because I questioned if I was needed. And you know what? And I meditated on it. And I thought about it. And I went like the eagle and I put it into perspection. I perceived it different. And I just got my answer today in these cards with everybody. Halls of learning. The halls of learning offer, also sometimes known as the Great Halls, are an etheric retreat dedicated to the spiritual knowledge. They are a training space for all souls, including those on earth, spiritual guides, and those between lives. They have been visited by many spiritual seekers, seers, and mediums over the years, and have been described as a giant, somewhat Gothic universe, building with marble flooring, spiral staircases, and tall bookcases. Some have said that these halls are home to the Akashic records, while others have wondered if they are connected to the halls of Amenti. I can confirm that these are actually two different retreats. Ultimately, this etheric retreat is an ancient mystery school, and it is particularly powerful for those who are opening up their psychic and clairvoyant abilities. If this gateway comes to you often, it brings confirmation that your psychic gifts are strengthening. Also, if the ideas of an ancient mystery school in the astral realm seems familiar, there's a good chance that you've been there in dream time or even between incarnations. These great halls are held within the heart of Source and are a protection of the divine mind's infinity intelligence. When we visit them, we are connecting directly with the wisdom of Source. You are on the path to great learning. Spiritual beings are drawing close to support you. If you are facing challenging or difficult circumstances or have just moved through such a time, you are being called to review what you have learned about yourself. If you're still feeling overwhelmed by a certain event or asking why it happens, call on Source and your guides to reveal to you the pattern, trauma, or wounds that has contributed to this challenge. If you aren't experiencing challenging energy, the reason is that you've made huge progress on your spiritual journey, so much so that your perspective has shifted so that you can view every challenge as a window of opportunity. The halls of learning gateway indicate that your spiritual gifts are developing at this time. Yeah, I had to do some deep breathing the other day. I felt really stressed. My life is pretty overwhelming. I'm very busy. My life is just really crazy right now. I think everybody's is. And I'm trying to hold it all together. And I'm trying to get my message out to everybody and help myself and everybody else. So, Human Spirit Oracle, and I really like this. This is my newest one, and I'm hoping I'm going to get a new one pretty soon. This is the number 23, which is a 5. It's eye to eye. Look at the eyes. She's got eyes on the butterflies, eyes on the dragonfly, and eyes above her eyes. And she's got, and I thought this was interesting. You know how everybody says we're playing 5D chess? She's got a chessboard sitting in front of her. And it looks like she's got some kind of medicine bottle there in front of her, too, with the chessboard. I don't know what that's all about. I spy with my little eye. You. Do you view things from others' perspectives? Trying to see eye to eye with the beings in your world. Remember, reality is all relative to the human experience. In your reality, there is only your truth, and all you can do is try to understand someone else's truth. Seeing eye to eye, or at least respecting someone's reality, can make life less of an argument or competition, and more of a meaningful existence. It is easy to forget that we all see things differently. Remember, all eyes are different and see things from their individual point of view. It might do you some good to take the time to listen to someone else's version and help to expand your own horizon, or at least realize where they are coming from. Just think of the game I Spy. Someone else sees something from a window, that same window you were looking through, but you don't always have the same focal point at first. Yeah, that's I like that. That's a really good. Now, we had a great reading tonight, and I hope everybody has a beautiful day tomorrow, Freedom Friday. I know Freedom Friday is almost over, and I know this is going to download and it's going to be suddenly Saturday, but I'm going to try to catch up tomorrow and do the suddenly Saturday on time. Sorry, I just have been really crazy busy. And it's been raining here today, so but anyway, I love everybody, and may every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? Just be you.